the very last part is the lead scoring in practice section, where we look at the pirate skills setup in ActiveCampaign. And let's go straight into it. So the first question is, what's the CRM of choice for lead scoring? So what's a CRM? Just a quick, it's a customer relationship management software. We talked about it a ton in the growth marketing tech stack meetup. Just a couple of meetups ago, we did a whole meetup about just tools and what kind of CRMs and analytics softwares can work for you. So let's look at the CRMs in terms of lead scoring. So my favorite is ActiveCampaign at the moment. I think ActiveCampaign is in a nice sweet spot if you have high value B2C clients. Yeah, what does high value mean? In that scenario, I would say with a customer lifetime value above 100 euro. Then ActiveCampaign is relevant for B2C, but the B2B game is so on point. You really notice that they are not MailChimp. MailChimp is an email tool that started to be abused as a CRM. Yeah, I for just B2C e-commerce, I love MailChimp. Don't think I don't like it. But for lead scoring, it's bad for me. And then there are big hitters like HubSpot, who have a great lead scoring system. Agile CRM has one, and Zoho, and of course Salesforce. But there are so many, and lead scoring has become such an integral part of most B2B CRMs that you can do it with probably what you already have. Yeah, but for many reasons, I'm extremely happy with ActiveCampaign. I've used probably 8 different CRMs in the past 10 years. And you are usually just frustrated with the system you have. You just live with the least worst one. And I don't know, I'm actually happy. So let's look at my ActiveCampaign here. You can see my dashboard. You see I got 3,000 contacts in there. So it's a small but awesome group of people who are interested. And I can see the automations I have on the right hand side here. You can see on the left hand side, you can see the navigation, that you can see all of your contacts, your campaigns, your automations, your deals. ActiveCampaign is extremely sales savvy, and I really love that about it. You can manage lists and put forms on websites and get great reports. So let's go one step deeper. Last time, in the last meetup, we talked about the deal pipeline. We talked about how to grow your network on LinkedIn and how to get those leads into your CRM. And I showed you this screenshot from my own deal pipeline. You essentially want to have a nice list of people who are in several states in the customer journey, which of course can be also thought about in what kind of lead score they have. The people to be contacted are maybe the people like a 20 to 40 lead score. The high potentials are 40 to 60. Then in contacts, 60 to 80. Hot leads, 80 to 100. And the pipeline keeps on going with the offer being created and all the juice. So let's simplify that a little bit and look just at what I would create in your case. I would create a sales pipeline. We just say like every 20 points there's a different class of leads. Now we get 5 classes from 0 to from 21 to 40. Why not 0 to 20? Because I would just let those leads nurture before you put them in a deal pipeline. If you go below 20, pretty much everybody lands in your deal pipeline, and then you get a bloated deal pipeline, and that's super annoying. So start at some point, maybe 20, maybe 40 leads, and then you create a deal for the people. And in ActiveCampaign, you can completely automate all of that. So imagine just people becoming more and more valuable and moving from left to right. At the beginning, they have just visited your website. In the middle, they have downloaded something and are receiving emails and opening them. On the right-hand side, you start talking to them and they're engaged and they're interested. Beyond 100, they are customers. And this is another concept that I don't see that often done in other businesses. Most people stop with them becoming customers. I don't. I keep on adding points because I think it's much easier to keep your current customers and to make them happy and to focus on loyalty of your current customer base than to keep on recruiting new people because your old customers don't like you anymore. So this is why I just keep on scoring. So then the next level is, in order to create this kind of pipeline, is that you need to set up your scoring in your CRM on ActiveCampaign. It's here in the contact section. If you go to manage score, you can see a list of rules that you can create. Usually you don't have any rules in there until you create one, and where you can decide what kind of activities, so behaviors and attributes have how many points. And you can see that I've created 5 clusters of scores that I can use in my lead scoring with ActiveCampaign for pirate skills. The main one is just called lead score. I have a separate one for the email activity, for event activity, for the learn management system, and for something very neat that I showed in the email automation tools, the Zapier lead score. It's a free lead scoring service based on Kudu, which is usually a very expensive tool, but it's only working for big companies. It's not working for the small ones so well. I'm going to show you what the main lead score is consisting of and what kind of rules I'm implementing. So let's zoom into the lead score. Into the lead score rules. If you just click on edit, you get to the screen. And here you can now see all of the rules that I've set up and the corresponding points. Let's just go through them. So if somebody has the tag that contains the word meetup, it gets 20 points. When a person registers for a meetup and allows me to put them in the CRM, I give them 20 points if they come to a meetup or register for a live stream. I think it's much more likely to convert a person who has been in touch with me before in the real world or through the live stream than somebody who has never heard of that, who didn't make the commitment like you guys who are watching this. Then the next one, what if he went to an actual workshop? Per definition, workshops cost 3,000 euro in a bundle, or in a single workshop 750 euro. They are a customer. If they register for a workshop, they have paid for it. So they get 100 points to immediately get them above the 100-point mark, which is usually for me the sign they are customers or they are very nearly customers. So as I said before, I score beyond 100 and beyond them just becoming customers. So them buying a workshop ticket gets them 100 points immediately. So next one, has opened any email, 3 points. Has clicked on any link, 7 points. Yes, you could make this more sophisticated with different campaigns that are rolling out and depending on which campaigns, what they opened. I try to keep it simple. Yeah, in this case, we got 3 points for opening, 7 points for clicking. So I give the email activity section a maximum of 10 points. And what you have to understand is that each rule is only triggered once in a lifetime of a lead. You can let it decay over a certain period of time, so it goes back to 0. But you don't want every time a person opens an email to give them 3 points. Yeah, that would just inflate incredibly fast, especially for the old leads that are just not active. So this is why I decided to do it this way. Then the next one, student has the role student. Teachable role is student. So in my learn management system on pirateskills.com, which is built on Teachable, and it's now being moved to WordPress Landash, if a person has not only taken the time to watch this live stream, but they actually went to pirateskills.com to download the slides and they registered as a student and they discovered all of the other ones, this is even more valuable than them just coming to the event. But a person like you guys who are watching here, who are coming to this event, who get the meetup tag and who register on Teachable, now you got 50 points. You are well on your way to becoming a dedicated participant in this community, and you might eventually be a good fit to working together. Maybe, yeah, no pressure. So then I talked about this lead score system from Madkudu that is available for free through Zapier. And it gives points also on a scale from 0 to 100. And if a person has more than 50 points on that scale, they get 15 points in my scale. If they are beyond 75, they get another 15 points on that scale. And if the Zapier lead score tells me that the company raised some money, it gets another 15 points. So a total potential of 45 points through that data source of Zapier lead scoring. Maybe it's a bit much, especially because most people went through the meetup and then get this kind of score. It might add up too high too quickly, and I will have to adjust if that is the case. If it's not the case and the best people usually end up at 100, it's fine. If they regularly go to 200, I need to start lowering the points. If awesome people are always just barely scratching 50, then I need to increase those points. I think this is a nice, simple system to get you started in with lead scoring. And this is the way I have set it up right now for Pirate Skills. Then, of course, there is some additional magic that you can do. You don't have to do it. You can do all of this lead scoring manually, but I prefer to give some automation magic to it. Those scores that you manage in ActiveCampaign become active at the moment that you set them up. It doesn't go to the past. It only looks forward. And if people start acting that way now, then they get the points, not for the past activity. So what you can do here in ActiveCampaign is use automations in order to put them in your sales pipeline. Yeah, I showed you the sales pipeline. I want to fill that up. And based on the lead score that they currently have, they get assigned to a specific column in that sales pipeline. And this is, I just wanted to show you the screenshot on how this works. If I just go to the next slide, you see the lower part of it. I only start that automation when you have a score of higher than 20. I told you about that I don't want my pipeline to be full of hundreds of people that are unqualified. I want to start at 20. And then keep watching that pipeline and see if it's true that the people on the right-hand side are more likely to convert than the ones on the right-hand side. So this is where they end up at the end. This is the ideal version. You saw mine from the very beginning with the scratch through names, but this is the idealized version with the people with a lead score of 20 on the left-hand side, above 100 on the right-hand side, and everybody else in between. And the automation I showed you that you can just copy if you download the slides are the exact rules that you need for this to happen automatically. And imagine you're a sales guy and you get this pipeline. Yeah, I'm always thinking about the case study Monday Rocks. If we could just give them such a view and they just call people from right to left. Start with the most engaged people, the most likely ones, and just keep on calling until you're on the left-hand side. That would be such an amazing setup, and that I'm super excited to build for anybody who likes it. So this is how this looks like for me. On the left-hand side are the potentials. On the right-hand side are the ones that I'm really looking forward to close. And you can customize the name and what kind of products they're interested in and what their score is. And you don't have to call the columns by the lead score. Yeah, you can call them whatever you like I did here. So that is the ActiveCampaign deal pipeline. Let's sum up. Yeah, we have looked at why lead scoring is awesome, why it saves you time and money. We looked at how to measure it and when you should just keep on nurturing and when you should start selling. And the last video was how to put this into practice specifically with one tool, in my case, ActiveCampaign. And now we are opening up the Q&A. We have got 8 questions. Looking for you to see you in that part.